Hey guys, I hope you're having a great day. I wanted to walk you through the organic customer acquisition funnel. I've been studying online sales and funnels over the last year and business in general for the last 30 years. I'm going to condense what I've witnessed and learned over thousands of hours of research into this short video. The purpose of this funnel is helps businesses reach like 100K per month or 10x their current revenue. It's designed for those who lack a focused way of using leveraged activities, acquiring attention, and generating sales calls and appointments. Nurturing those leads and getting them to actually raise their hand and ask you for help and getting them to pay for it. Now, the key differentiator in this video, I'm going to go beyond the basics like DMs, cold email, and tweets. Not many focus on audience warming and cultivation. This creates a sustainable pool of future business. Now, who's this video for? Well, primarily growth agencies or growth operators. But if you're a do-it-yourself business owner and you need help with lead generation, appointment setting, sales, or just growing your company, this is going to be for you as well. We do have a related, more advanced model that is a paid acquisition funnel. It can scale companies from, like, let's say $500,000 to $1 million per month. And I can go over that in a future video. Just for context though, this is the organic acquisition funnel, and it's a foundational model before advancing to more sophisticated paid acquisition methods used by successful entrepreneurs and also companies making millions a month with large advertising budgets. Similar to somebody like, let's say, Cole Gordon, who his upfront fee is like 68K at closers.io. If you want me to go over that, just notify me down in the comment. Put in the comments paid acquisition with your monthly revenue, and I'll make sure to make a video going over that model as well. This is not just about getting attention, but it's about building a system that converts cold prospects into warm leads who proactively reach out to you with significant budgets like 10 to 20K, ready to work with you and ask for help. You can also click the link below. There's a free community, and I go through how this funnel works step by step. Now, the first thing we're going to go over is how to get attention, and attention generating fundamentals. Like, your daily target needs to be 500 to 1,000 people learning about your offer each day. And the way I like to break down attention is the word and tension. And the reason I break it down that way is is like dopamine. It's like the thing that is like the pleasure chemical in your brain. So you want to get people's attention by giving a little bit of pleasure, but then you also want to create tension. Tension, this little concept I learned from a book called Pitch Anything, and it's a great read if you want to check it out. Now, the second step is gaining commitment and data collection. See, the key issue, many businesses stay at low revenue levels just simply because they're putting one input in and they get one input out, and it lacks leverage, and there's no exponential curve to their return on activity. Thinking about it as an investment, the outreach philosophy, treat each outreach as an investment. How many seeds did you plant today? Focus on owning attention long term and make data a priority over getting immediate calls. Build availability to reach prospects at will. It's not a big deal if a prospect comes through your pipeline and you don't book a call with them right away, but it is a big deal if you don't get the correct data from them. Now, next, we're moving on to one of my favorite aspects, and that's the education impact. And our statistical findings of like studying different funnels over the last year is sales conversions are 5 times with educated prospects as opposed to non-educated prospects. When they're educated on what you offer, your services, all these things, they're 5 times more likely to actually buy from you. And when they do, it's 2 to 3 times the amount they spend with you. So an example would be, let's say somebody was going to purchase a product for $5,000. Well, they'll actually upgrade themselves $15,000 product simply because they were educated and got to know you, your products and services much better. Some other statistics is that each call your sales team gets on is going to be worth 27 times more than the ones of using a traditional funnel where you just run them through a VSL and essentially put them on a sales call right away. I would essentially say, coming from the background of being raised by 2 teachers, if you're not putting education in your process, you're doing yourself a huge disservice. Neglecting this education step is technically probably irresponsible. So now let's talk about ways of actually getting the attention. Generation strategy core components. We're going to start with a trained VA team structure. 2 VAs working 5-hour shifts, and essentially they cost about $3 an hour, and the total cost per day is going to be $30. Now, what's interesting about that is they can each send like 300 to 250 DMs. The conversion rate on sending DMs and commenting inside different social media platforms is going to be about 6%. Now, that's going to give you 15 per day at a cost of $2 per lead of someone to talk to. Now, the second step is content creation. Just like I'm creating this short little video here, just kind of going over a process, definitely want to do something like that 1 to 2 times a week. And then one of my favorite ones is creating viral attention gathering content. So we call those AGSAs. And those can be done on a Facebook group. It can be done on Twitter, IG, TikTok, YouTube Shorts. I'll show you a quick little example that I did a screenshot of one that somebody online did. And it was this one right here. And if you check this out, if we zoom in just a little bit, you can see right there, they got 1.6K in comments. So doing the math on that, let's just say it was 1,700 comments and they got over 300,000 impressions. Well, if I wanted to do that with ads, it would cost me $34,000 to get all of those leads. So doing these, it takes a short amount of time. They're basically just little calls to action where you say, hey, if you want this, send me a DM with this in the DM and I will send it over to you. Now, when that actually happens, it's going to create a pool of people that we're now going to move into the process and offer that asset to. So now we're on offer asset. Direct people to a school community. You could use Facebook as well. I just like school because they don't throttle your reach to your members. You want to avoid sharing let's say this asset in a DM. Like what you want to do is you want to tag them in a post that has the asset in it, because that will essentially create more engagement on that post. Again, when they join or they come into the group, you're collecting their email and phone number to join the group. And then you're putting them as they come to an active 6 to 12 email sequence campaign. Now here's where it gets fun. You have a growth specialist that's inside this community that starts a conversation within the first 10 to 30 minutes of somebody joining. This growth specialist reaching out to all the new members that are accepted, and then ask for permission to send them or tag them in what they came into the community for. Now, again, this engagement strategy is all done in the public forum of the group, not through DMs, because we want the group engagement to always be at its highest level. And you don't do that through DMs. You do that through having people join and starting to comment and reply and comment and reply. And that's all done by the growth specialist. Now, what's cool about a good growth specialist is they'll start to uncover inefficiencies in that prospect's business, almost like diagnosing it like a doctor. And they should be able to find another thing that first asset isn't going to necessarily solve for this particular person. Now, you could send them another asset, but usually this is where you're going to offer them the ability to talk one-on-one with a walkthrough or implementation call. So that would be the next step in the process. And we want to book these calls based on uncovering needs that that particular person that just joined the community has. We don't want to sell them on getting on a call. We want them to basically be like, oh, can you help me with that? Like, I'd love to jump on a call. So this approach, building community through group interactions, maximizing visibility through public engagement, and systematic data collection and nurturing, this cultivation approach to sales will drastically leverage your efforts with this organic system. And whether they came in through the community and they book this call, or they came in through your emails, remember, it's them raising their hand and saying, yes, I would like help with this. Now, just in summary, I mean, number one thing is you have to have a great offer that actually works. But implementing consistency of this exact sequence over the next 60 to 90 days, maybe 120, you're going to generate 500 to 1,000 leads daily. You're going to be collecting that audience's data. You have a team of a total of 3 people, 2 VAs and 1 growth specialist. It's costing you somewhere between $600 to $700 to operate. And that's just piling up your database of people that are raising their hand, opting into your offer. You're only 1 to 2 sales videos a week and doing a couple of those attention generating assets. You're directing leads into a community. You're collecting all of their data. The growth specialist inside that community is the one reaching out to new members and initiating a conversation to essentially get them to reveal other challenges or problems that they have in their business and get them to raise their hand and ask for help to then book them on a call. And technically, one growth specialist can book about 100 sales calls on a monthly basis. And these are educated prospects that are 2 to 3 times more likely to actually purchase a product from you when offered on a sales call. And here's the other thing that I forgot to mention. These sales calls, they don't no-show. They don't ghost you because they're the ones that have elected to ask for help. And they know that if they cancel, they're not going to get that help. Unlike when they're sold by a setter to get on a sales call, 50% of them never even show up. So this educational funnel, this organic acquisition of customers, running them through education, running them through content to get them to be problem aware in their own minds is what books out these calendars for people. So I hope that helped you understand how an educational funnel actually works. And if you want to click that link down in the description, it'll take you to my free community where I walk people through this step-by-step process that I've been able to put together over the last year. Thanks a lot for watching, and hit me in the comments if you want to see the paid version of using paid ads in a similar style funnel.